Vamos a reconocer, dándole gracias al Señor por habernos permitido estar aquí esta mañana. Son tantas las cosas por las cuales tenemos que dar gracias. Le damos gracias por nuestra vida, le damos gracias por habernos tomado en aquel momento tan difícil. Le damos gracias por este board que nos da la oportunidad de reunirnos aquí y preparar este tipo de eventos. Le damos gracias por estos alimentos que vamos a recibir. Pedimos por aquellos tantos que en estos momentos siguen viniendo a este país, no por la razón que vinimos nosotros, pero niños que están sin acompañamiento de sus padres. Y le pedimos al Señor que siempre nos mantenga unidos. Amén. Amén. Y gracias.
I would like to welcome all of you here today, and also that we're here to honor our fathers for their selfless sacrifice. Monsignor Walsh, who is our spiritual father. And there is another father that I would like to honor today, and his name is Pedro, and his daughter, Janet Ray, is here. He's not Cuban, but he did more for us than many people. He was the pilot that was shot down during the Bay of Pigs invasion, and Janet had to fight for 18 years to recover his body, and her struggle is very much like ours, and so we have a lot of in common in our histories. So please, we would like to honor her father. Janet, if you would.
I'm sorry, I don't speak Spanish, so if you don't understand me, or maybe you speak English and you still can't understand me. But I want you guys to know, in the 18-year search for my father, I found one of his best friends who went out. He was a mechanic on the B-26, and he said, you know, Janet, I went out to check over Pete's airplane one last time. And he said, I climbed up on that plane because your dad was sitting on the wing. And he said, your dad was a person of few words. And I said to him, Pete, you know, you don't have to go. My dad nodded. And then he said, Pete, do you know you're probably not going to come back? And my dad handed him his wallet with our photos in it. And he said, Bobby, just because my president and my government has chosen to betray the brigade does not give me the right to do the same. And when I got his body back out of Cuba 18 years later, he had been executed and kept in a morgue all those years. I wrote him a very long letter, and at the very end I said, I want you to know I will always need you. I want you to know I will always love you. But I want you to know if you had to do it all over again, I would want you to do it just the way you did it, because you gave me the true meaning of freedom. You gave me a family, my Cuban-American family.
Like us, Janet suffered the separation from her father, and so I think that her story and our story have a lot in common. On another note, I would like to announce the History Miami exhibition. I don't know if all of you know it. And it's going to be the largest that they have had. It's going to be 3,000 square feet. And we're looking for anything that you guys have that you would like to have exposed. Photos, clothing, autographs, maybe somebody gave you a rosary. I mean, the little things that you might not think that they're interesting, and they are priceless. So if you have anything like that, we're looking for it. We're also going to have a workshop on writing our memories. And so we would like for everybody to start thinking of whether they want to write theirs, and then we'll be able to help you guys to put it together during that workshop. And Let's see. On our gala, I'd like to announce that we're going to have Carlos Oliva, as well as people you know who is a Pedro Pano band, and they're classic rock and roll, so we're going to have a mix of classic rock and roll and Cuban music this time. And also, we already have the raffle tickets for the gala on sale today. So that's all the announcements. Now let's enjoy.
Okay. Carmen said something about what we need for the History Miami exhibit. Sometimes we don't realize that the things we have are priceless. And I always remember Paco Chuvarria. He said, no, I have nothing. Yeah. And then he came up with a laundry bag with his name and his number while he was in the camps, and that was priceless because we have now a picture of a bunk bed with a laundry bag just like his, and we have the laundry bag to prove that it was a little like that. So don't ever think that something is not priceless because it is. So whatever you find that you had from Cuba or you have from the time of the camps, we'd like to have a look, and we are going to have 3,000 square feet, right? So that's a lot. And we want to do a beautiful exhibit, so maybe afterwards can go traveling around the United States. That's our dream, so they can see our history. And okay, Elena?
Is there anybody that's new? Are you going to ask?
Oh, okay.
Anybody that what?
That is new today. Let's come here for the first time. Okay. Okay, yeah, please stand up. Sí. Elena, that's good.
Empezamos por aquí.
Oh my God, what? Okay, what am I supposed to say?
Tu nombre, cuando viniste, a dónde fuiste.
Hi, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh, me levanto. Hi, my name is Carmen Zamora. I came on March 16th, 1962. I went to Florida City for about 2 months, and then I was assigned to San Antonio, Texas. I was there for about 3.5 years, and then I moved to New Jersey. My mom came like about 4.5 years after I left. I never saw my dad again. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
And now I live in Miami. I have a son who's 48 years old. I can't believe it, you know. I have a grandson who's 24. He's right now he's doing an internship for a science project. He's studying anthropology. He's in Madagascar, Africa, and he's very happy. He's in heaven. He's doing what he loves, and I'm very happy for him. And my mom, she's 98 years old. God bless her. And she lives with me. She's always been with me ever since she came from Cuba. She's been always with me. And that's it. Oh, yeah, that's right. I don't know, you know, maybe we have become kind of famous. We're the muchachitas de Villa Maria. That's what they call us in San Antonio. Because the place where we went, like there was a boarding house run by nuns, and it was called Villa Maria. So we call ourselves the muchachitas de Villa Maria. No somos más muchachitas, pero that's okay.
How old were you when you came?
13. I was 13 years old when I came.
Tell the story about Lucho Gatica.
Oh, yeah. Well, when we were there, we heard that Lucho Gatica was going to sing at a theater over there, and it was, you know, in the Lucho Gatica heydays, you know. So we called his manager, and we told him, you know, we're these Cuban girls, we have no money, we want to see Lucho, can you send us tickets? So he said, okay, maybe we can send you. No, it's 40 of us. Oh, come on, you know, like. So he said, well, let me see what I can do. Give me your phone number, and I'll call you back, and let's see what we can do. Hold and behold, an hour and a half later, here comes Lucho Gatica. Okay, not everybody does that. I've always said it, you know, especially famous artists like him. And he stayed there in the common with us for an hour and a half. He sang to us, to all his songs. He took pictures with us. He spent time. He says that anywhere where he knows of a Cuban that needs something or wants something from him, he's always there because he's very grateful to the Cuban people. That's, yeah.
I'm Jose Raul Montes. I came on July 23rd, 1962. I went to live with my uncle's camp. There were 8 of us living in a 2-bedroom house. And also with me came my 4 3/4 years old brother. I was 14, he was 4 3/4 years old. And I still remember, we came in the second Pan Am flight of that day. By the time we got to my uncle's house, it was about 9 p.m. By the time we came to bed. And I taught school for over 20 years, high school. I taught math in high school for about 22 years. I'm retired. I retired as a school teacher. In those 22 years, no one ever asked me this type of a question. You were getting ready to bed, and I wasn't really prepared to answer it. And he says, "¿Dónde está mami?" From there, I finally graduated. Yesterday was my 47th anniversary of graduating from Miami-Jackson High School, down north. Then after that, finally my aunt was able to get my parents out of Cuba through Mexico. And I finally united with them in October of 1967. So basically, 5 years later. But in 63, my brother and I got separated. I went to live with another uncle. My brother remained with the uncle original, and then he moved to California. So I didn't see my brother also for another 4 years. All right, okay. And I now live in Spring, Texas, which is a suburb of Houston. All right. Thank you, and I'm glad to be here.
¿Quiere cantar una canción, José?
Anyone else that's here for the first time? No? Okay, if anybody has a story about Monsignor Walsh that they would like to say. Who can give us a story about Monsignor? Eddie? Yes?
I don't know if I need a microphone.
We'll give you one, just in case.
Good morning, my name is Eddie, and first of all, I want to thank all the thank Carmen, Carmencita, Juan, Paco, and everybody that does such hard work for the Peter Pans. I mean, they're just unbelievable. I came to Casa Carrion in 1960, February 1960. I was there, 7 kids were there, and then it grew to 30. Then we moved to St. Raphael's, and I can only say that Monsignor was the only father that I ever knew. To me, he taught me all the right things, commitment, how to work hard, how to be sincere, how to be a good friend. And those were actually the happiest years of my life. And you might think that's not accurate, but it is. right now I have 4 sons, 11 grandsons, and 2 great-grandkids. Because I was the oldest. It's always been a pleasure for me to attend these meetings and these gatherings, and I wish more of us would attend. This is a country where it's very demanding as far as work, as far as family, as far as the commitments. So I apologize if I don't show up more often, but my heart is with you guys, always. Andy and I will go back a long time. He was in the first house with me. And we talk to each other maybe once a year, and it was like if we talked to each other yesterday. The bond that was created in those homes and in those camps will live forever. Will live forever. I mean, you guys, it's like brothers. And I can see it when you guys hug each other and shake hands, and it's amazing. It's amazing. So other than that, thank you very much for the opportunity. You put me on a spot. I'm not a very good communicator. But thank you. You owe me.
Juan, can I put you on the spot? ¿Hablar de Monsignor?
No.
¿Habla de Monsignor?
Sí, dale.
¿Quién? Cheo. Ok. Cheo. Coge. Sí. Mira que si no va a hablar...
Dáselo a Frankie.
Te traiciona la voz.
Good morning. My name is Cheo Redero, for those who know me. For those who don't know me, my name is Juan Jose Redero. Anyways, I had the fortune of being a very, very close personal friend of Monsignor Walsh. Monsignor and I feel like grandpadre, may I? Because we had a very, very close relation. For me and my family, which my brother, my smaller brother Pete, my sister, and my family who came from Cuba 5 years later.
Married us, baptized our kids.
He married all of us, baptized all of our kids. We used to celebrate Thanksgiving. Of all the places Monsignor could have been, he chose our house. And we're so very proud of that. Like you said, that is going to last forever. Even new members of our family. My middle daughter, she's married to a guy from Nicaragua who suffered pretty much the same situation that we did, as far as being refugee in Costa Rica and so on and so forth. When Monsignor used to come home on those occasions, we sat with them, or he would sat with Monsignor and talk for hours. I mean, endless, changing experiences and so on and so forth. So I feel very, very fortunate. I have great memories, I have lots of pictures. I don't share a whole lot of it. I am very private. I don't go around showing what I got. I got hundreds of pictures of Monsignor. I've been asked many times. I've never come through. All right, and I have a lot of stuff, but I'd like you to forgive me. But I am very private. My family is very private. It's our niche. Okay, it's not that I don't want to share with you. I'm sharing this with you, and some of you know this because we have spoken before. But I don't go around preaching the fortune that I had with Monsignor through the years until the day he died. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Ay. ay.
Mi papá.
Esta es la primera vez que tú estás aquí, ¿no?
No,
Mi papá tuvo
habla
Al desayuno.
12 años.
Al desayuno.
Un cuarto trabajando como senior a su mano derecha. Era su que le lavaba la ropa, le preparaba la comida. Mi papá tuvo 12 años en Biscayne Boulevard, en la casa ya. Como senior watch, iba casi todos los días.
No te hace falta.
No me hace falta. Iba casi todos los días a verlo. Y imagínate, yo como senior, la cosa que un senior hizo por mí, ese señor que está ahí. Bueno, aparte que mi padre estaba al lado de él hizo por mí tantas cosas privadas, tan profundas que vaya que, vaya, vamos a nivel de Mandamara, hablar con Mandamara para sacarme de problemas que he tenido yo en mi vida, que no son muy malos, pero vaya. No maté nunca a nadie, ni nada. Después que me envolvieron, decía, 12 años, mi padre.
Bueno, yo creo que fue 4 años, había un proyecto que puede ser que todavía exista, de escribir historias sobre recuerdos de Monseñor Walsh. Y yo me ofrecí para editarlas y tuve el honor de editar la historia de Eddie y de otras personas más. Pero yo personalmente nada más que vi a Monseñor Walsh 2 veces en mi vida, tal vez, que yo recuerde, y muy breve. Yo decía, ¿cómo voy a estar escribiendo sobre él si no lo he conocido? Pero bueno, eran los escritos de otras personas. Y llegó un momento que un escrito nos llegó diciendo que cuando murió el cardenal Arteaga en La Habana, Monseñor Walsh había ido a La Habana, pero no lo habían dejado salir del avión. Y nos llegó otra historia diciendo que Monseñor había ido al entierro del cardenal Arteaga y había ido a la Catedral de La Habana. Entonces teníamos 2 recuerdos contradictorios y no sabíamos cómo resolver eso. Mi padre, cuando estaba en Cuba y yo estaba aquí en los Estados Unidos, me escribía todo lo que pasaba, a todo el mundo se lo escribía. Buscando yo un día entre las cartas de mi padre, me encuentro una carta como de 9 páginas. Y en esa carta mi padre escribe sobre el día que conoció a Monseñor Walsh en la Catedral de La Habana con el entierro de Monseñor del cardenal Arteaga. Y yo no lo podía creer que ese pedazo de historia que estábamos tratando de decidir estaba guardado en una caja en mi casa. Sí. Sí. Y ese encuentro mi padre lo describió de una manera muy emotiva, and I should be talking in English so he can understand, right? Well, my dad met Monsignor Walsh in Cuba when he went to a funeral of Cardinal Arteaga, and I think it was in 1963. So my father went to the funeral, and he saw this Monsignor that everybody was saying hello to. And so he went and greeted him. And my father said, I think you might know my brother. My father's brother was Francisco Muller. And Monsignor said, oh yes, I know him. He's a thin guy, he wears glasses. And my father said, no, that is my son. And so Monsignor says, that is your son. And so he hugged my father and told my father, your son is a saint, because he knew my brother from San Rafael, though he didn't live there, but he would attend Mass there every day. So anyway, my dad writes that when Monsignor hugged him, he felt that he was hugging my brother. And it was like just an amazing experience. And he called Monsignor my Monsignor. He was so touched by it. Yeah. Okay.
Yo no sé por qué no traemos nunca cuarta aquí.
Que se ha invitado.
Hay que buscarlo que está dentro.
Franklin,
¿Tú tienes una historia de
I
Monsignor?
tried getting him here, but
¿Seguro?
he didn't answer yesterday.
¿Seguro que no tiene?
I tried
Ok.
about 3 times.
Right, we should.
But yes,
¿Tú tienes una
we
historia?
thought about it
¿No?
to surprise you guys. By the way, and then by the way, Monsignor Walsh, whenever he went to some place, he had to do like a debriefing with Bishop Coleman Carroll. So in the archives, Pedro found the archives of Barry University, is a 2-page letter.
Yo no voy a decir nada.
¿Le dijeron que te trajeran el micrófono?
Bueno, yo voy a decir algo, claro.
Okay, so it's everything that happened,
Yes.
brought it down there.
So we have it from his point of view, and we have it from my dad's point of
So it's
view.
covered.
But just because the question is, did I write this? I wrote this, and it's on the website. I still think it's on the website. It's the Operation Pedro Pan website.
Oh.
And Eddie's story is there too, right? All of the stories are there. Check them out because it's really, worth reading. And whatever memories you have of Monsignor Walsh, don't be shy because we are the only ones that know it. So it'd be great, the more people that can write what they remember, it would be wonderful.
My name is Armando Ramudo. Most of you know me as Andy, porque soy Armando Andrés. Anyway, I want to tell you about a moment, late evening, February 1961. Monsignor had been working all day. Apparently he was coming home late. He was living in those days on top of the garage that had been the Ferré, the chauffeur of the Ferré family back in the 30s and 40s, the house that the Ferré family gave Monsignor so that he could have some of us stay there. Anyway, Monsignor was coming late. It was February, and it was a rare, cold night at Brickell. It was winter, and most of us were not really used to colder. Anyway, Monsignor, everybody was already in bed. Monsignor went up to the bedrooms, and he made sure that we all were covered, that we all had blankets. And I remember that I did not have one. He went to get one and brought it and put it on top of me. That's just the kind of person he was. All he said was, "Good night."
Yes, sir.
That's all. And those words and that action speak volumes. That's all.
Y da unos paletazos también.
Ay, Dios. ¿Tú vas a hacer una historia?
No, I just wanted to say something.
El asunto es que
Creer en la mitad.
los muchachos conseguían un castigo, le buscaban que repetían un mes sin cobrar. Y a mí me dio una película, porque yo había venido tarde y Agüero, el viejo, le dije, no, conmigo no puede decir nada Monsignor, porque conmigo la bronca es mayor y entonces me veló, y cuando vinimos un día de la piscina, allá en San Rafael, que habíamos ido a la piscina de Coraqueo, le digo, ven. Digo, pues si no estoy listo, me dice, ven. Y me dice, ¿qué quieres hacer? 2 meses, pues yo amenacé un poquito al viejo, que lo iba a tirar por la escalera, papá. Y me dice, Monsignor, ven, 2 meses sin salir y sin cobrar, o 15 paletazos. Y dije, no, dame los 15 paletazos, me voy a 2 meses sin salir de aquí. Después me dijo, ahora vamos. Y yo iba a ponerme 2 pantalones o algo para aguantar. Me dice, no, ven para acá. Me dice, dale, cuenta, 1, pa, 2. Tengo una pregunta. o la tabla, el cuero o la bambú. Bueno, dame con la tabla. Y él, ¡pam! Y decía, di los números. Y después cuando terminó me dice, you know, you are a good guy. You're a hell of a man. You take the punishment, but you better be beaten. No me podía quedar 2 meses sin cobrar, sino 2 pesitos eso. 2 meses me dio. Y después creo que nos montó, nos llevó a pasear en un bote que él tenía en la bahía.
It's going to be very, very difficult to translate. But the thing is we all went through that type of a punishment. In my case, I received it because of love. Because I was always late. I was always trying to, so things that you do for love, But anyway, I had the opportunity to write many things encounters that I have with Monsignor. And I think it might be in our web page. I will always be very grateful to him. Among other things, the fact that I turned, I finished, I get out of the program when I was 19 years old. So I heard him say that it was supposed to be 18. I stayed 1 more year. I was able to finish high school, La Salle, and graduate from La Salle because of him, because on February was my birthday, May, so he told me, don't worry about it. I had to leave the premises, obviously, but he paid for my tuition, everything, and I was able to graduate from La Salle. Many things that I don't want to, but maybe if you find on the web page, you can read. But I finished what I wrote, what I wanted to share with you. There's an Indian proverb that says, we will be remembered by the tracks we leave behind. And obviously, he left a lot of good tracks in all of us. And for that, God bless him, and we have been very grateful that we met him. And he was our spiritual father, and in a way, many times, material father also. So thank you.
John is going to be part of the Cuban history, and that's what I'm telling you about. And I like to know about the Cuban history myself and what Janet has done, because Janet is not Cuban. She's an Anglo, an American. It's amazing. But thank you.
Okay, we have 3 birthdays to celebrate. Monsignor Carmen, Cookie, and Jose. Happy birthday.